Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now all mattresses are on sale. Plus free home delivery during our Cyber Week sale. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Welcome back to Gopher's Workshop. I'm your host, Aaron, and joining me as always is my fellow host, Chris.
Did you forget?
Chris!
There was a long enough pause. I felt like you forgot my name for a minute.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I had to mellow and then jump into it.
You head first into most things.
You're right. All the time.
Only a few of them are intentional.
Facts.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. What's today's episode about?
So we're going to do a couple of things. So later on after the break, we did get a new detachment as of today. And I have taken a look at that. That is not to say that it's only one. We're going to call it Grotmis detachment again. Not a bunch. Last year they were putting them out in 3s or 6s or something like that. So maybe this is the start of a series. I don't know if that's true. I didn't read the full article. I got distracted by the detachment itself. But we'll see. So I've got a detachment to talk about today. But before that, the main topic today, I kind of want to talk about goals and progress. Over the last, let's say, week and a half, I specifically have seen, let's say, several crises of faith, right? Like people that are playing and learning and they're, let's say, new-ish, maybe not brand new, but new-ish, for lack of a better term, complaining or being confused as to why haven't I won a game yet? And I am a little frustrated, but also a little confused because I feel like it's so clear and obvious to me. So I have two examples here. One is one of our local guys, right? And then there's another one to where I was in the dregs of the internet and saw a Reddit post. I don't know why I hated myself that much, but I found it. There it was.
I found it.
We'll start with that guy, right? Someone showed this to me, and basically it was some Tau player on the internet who's just I have played 20 full-size games and I haven't won yet. And he's I didn't expect to win the first 10. And I kind of expected to win one by 15, but we're at 20 games now and I still haven't won. What the hell? He's are Tau really that bad? Am I really that bad? What's going on? It's impossible. I should have won by now. First off, 20 games? I'm not sure that 20 games is you should have won by now, because there's too many factors that he glossed over, let's say. First off, are you fighting people that have been playing for a decade? Are you fighting people who know what they're doing? Mm-hmm. Or are you also fighting your friends that just started? If you and your friends both started at close to the same time and you haven't won yet, you know what? You're right. You should have accidentally won one by now. But if you're playing into a group of some game store that has an established group that's been playing for years and they're all really good and they go do tournaments our team guys, yeah, no wonder you haven't won, right? You've been playing for 20 games and they've got 20 years of experience. I do not expect you to win. You should not expect you to win. That's the first thing. And I'm not even saying that's true. That's what happened, though I suspect that is true. But that's one of the things that they just kind of glossed over. The next thing they talked about was this whole idea of 20 games is, if I haven't won, something's wrong. Why is the break point of you're getting better or you're doing good whether or not you won? So now I'm going to shift over to one of our local guys. He sent me a message on Discord, and he was like on, Monday when we're closed, and he's just like, hey, I've been like having some issues lately. I've been getting like a little depressed because I've been trying on making the same mistakes, and I feel like I just haven't won yet, and I don't understand what I'm supposed to do, and blah, blah, blah. And he gave me this whole thing, and I appreciate it, right? Like, I helped, I responded, I took some time to think about it. I gave him like a detailed, here's what I think. But it kind of caught me off guard, because this specific person has played me once the last 2 weeks in a row. He played against the same list the last 2 weeks, and the first week lost his pants off, right? Like, I have got a brand new list. It's got a bit of a skew to it. He didn't know what to do because he's never faced something like it before, and he made some bad choices. All right, that's fine. We learned though, right? So he scored I think it was 19 points. That was a bad game for him. Well, we go to play 1 week later, the next game. Now he's scoring over 40.
That's a significant climb.
Over double. And then on top of that, when it comes to his models, right? In the first game, he got tabled, I think it was basically turn 2. It was actually turn 3. Now this game, he's he didn't get tabled till the end of turn 4. And technically he had a dude left alive, I think, on turn 5, but it was a dude, so it didn't really matter. Again, at that level of progress, I'm not saying it's going to sustain that way, right? But at that rate, you got to play 2 more games and you're going to max out and I got no chance of winning. Is that how it's going to work? No, right? It's going to taper off. It's easier to get the first 10 points than it is the last 10 points. I totally hear you. But also you've got you're making progress. You're objectively getting better every game. What do you got to worry about? Yeah, you didn't win, but also if you were, instead of focusing on winning is everything, because that's what it seems like so many people are like, but if I didn't win, how did I have fun? I didn't win. How am I getting better? People need to take notes. Literally. During the game, be like, hey, I made this mistake. Write it down. Hey, I felt like that worked better than I thought it would. Write it down. And then as you track all this information, you get to look back at your games and you get to say, I didn't lose 2 games in a row. I went from scoring 19 points to 43 or whatever it was. That's 100% increase. Okay, well, I'm going to play a third game. Man, I scored an additional 20 points. Man, at this rate, I've got 2 more games and it's in the bag. Even if you score 15 next time, and then 10 next time, and then 5 the time after that, you are still making significant progress, and it's only a matter of time. It's inevitable that you're going to figure out how to deal with that list, and you're going to win. If people were tracking their progress and not their win rate, I think people would be happier, right? Not just with the game, but also with themselves, right? These 2 examples are people who were upset at themselves for not doing better. And I don't know the one guy on the internet, right? I read one article. That's all I know about him.
No, you know his whole life story now. Don't even lie about it.
I can't say much. But for our guys in the store, I do know them, right? I see them every week. I track their progress, even if they don't realize I'm tracking their progress. And when the progress is even against me specifically, to see how much progress they made, and then they're still upset with themselves they didn't win, I am completely blindsided. I do not understand.
So what I was taught early on, because I had a real problem younger, and even as I've gotten older, I still have a little bit of the problem of accepting progress. I got a lot of problems. Accepting progress. What I was told early on was, when you first make your mistakes, first time you do anything new, you're going to make about 60 to 70% mistakes.
Sure, you don't know what you're doing. Yep. You got to learn.
Once you get done with that and you do it a second time, you're now going to improve 60 to 70%, but you're still going to make 10 to 20% mistakes. If you're doing it right, if you're taking lessons learned and you're doing everything to grow yourself, you're going to make 60, 70% less mistakes. You're still going to make 10 to 20% mistakes. And slowly but surely, that number of mistakes is going to go down. If you take your progress and you track it with how I've improved from the last time, from the first time. When I started looking at things that way, and I still find myself, like even when I started playing 40K, you had to talk to me about, hey, it's not about winning. Sure, it was one time, but every once in a while you need that reminder of, it's not about winning, it's about progress made.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you're right. And you know what? My first game, I lost my pants off. I scored points because I painted my models. Then I went back in with the second game and went, these are all the mistakes I made. You know what? I was able to score 30 points. That feels good. And then slowly but surely it was, okay, well, see if you can get to 60 points. Well, now you're at 60 points. See if you can get to 80. Now my average games are anywhere from 90 to 100 points scored on a successful game. And even on a bad game, I'm still in the 50 to 60 range.
Mm-hmm.
That feels pretty good.
Yeah. And a couple of things to add on there is like, okay, first off, the numbers you spouted out, like, let's say those are ideal numbers, right? Like if you really take all the emotion out of it, you can progress that quickly, that well, sure, fair.
Yeah.
We're human. That doesn't really work that way, right? It's like, I got down on myself because I lost, and losing isn't fun. You're not excited about losing. So maybe, we make like a 10% or 20% progress. Mm-hmm. But again, as long as you keep it consistent with what I am putting in the work, I am putting in the games, I am taking notes, I am trying to get better. You can make like a 10% better every time. And that's enough. Like, again, to me, that means inevitability. If I'm getting 10% better against this faction every time I play it, okay, I just need more games, right? That's it. I just need more games, because the answer is, I don't know all the answers yet. I'm still making mistakes. That's okay. But also, I'm getting 10% better every time. I just have to get more games in, and I'll be there.
And the thing is, like, I hear some people in the back of the room, well, if you're getting 10% better than that guy who fought the same people, or 20 matches, let's say it was against the same person 20 times.
Which is an assumption.
That's a 200% increase. It's a huge assumption. But also, that's also a huge assumption. That's 200%. Because we're doing VA math here now. All right? For you veterans out there, you know what I'm talking about. It's 10% of 90. It's not 10%, 10%, 10% stacked.
Right.
You're doing 10% better each time. That means, well, now I'm 90% better. The next 10%, now I'm 90, or I'm 9% better. It's just, it's a slow crawl, because there's new things. Like, you got better doing this, but because you got better doing this, now you can make more mistakes in this.
Right.
And it's a slow process.
Sure. And the next thing to point out there, though, is that the idea is you're getting 10% better, assuming all variables are the same, right?
Yeah.
Like, assuming I'm playing the same opponent, so they make the same similar choices, same list, my list is the same. Well, if you're getting 10% better every time, first off, you got all these different factions and all these different people. So your 10% is spread out to, like, this one's 10% better, but then I don't play them again for another 3 weeks. And then this one's 10% better because I played them in the meantime. Well, points changed. Okay, so all of these, the progress I've made is still there, but because of point changes, let's say I lose the last, like, 15% progress I've made. I'm still positive 30%, but I lost like 15% because points changed. Now lists are different and whatever else, right? So yeah, it's a moving target, right? These are goals. These are not a finish line. There is no, I've figured it out. 40K is solved for me. I'm the best, right? Even the pros will tell you there's zero chance that they make no mistakes. And if they make no mistakes, it's because they got lucky, right? Like, the game's complicated. Even the pros make mistakes. Even the pros could have, like, in the moment, they could have made a better choice, but they were like, they're at the top table. They're also feeling a little bit of the pressure, so they make some mistakes.
It's a war game.
Right.
Think about it in real life. Lots of mistakes are made in war. It's the same thing on a tabletop game. It's simulating war. And
even then, there's like, we've got dice to randomize things.
You're right. Even more mistakes will be made.
Right? There's certain things that are outside your control. And that's not to say you get to blame the dice, right? Like, no, the dice fucked me. All right, cool. I get it. But also, as much as that's true, is that true for 20 games in a row? No, it's not the dice, right? We could have made better choices. Now, that being said, is there, out of those 20 games, is there one, maybe even 2 games to where, like, no, the dice, like, you made the right choices, but the dice just didn't quite work the way you wanted them to, sure, absolutely. I'm not going to argue that 120 games you couldn't have won. I get it. But also, you got to get the practice in. You got to trust yourself. Yep. You got to appreciate the progress. And this is just like 40K itself. This is all a snowball effect, right? The minute you start focusing on your progress instead of your win rate, you become calmer, you become less agitated, you become more positive. And in all of those things being true, it's now easier for you to remember, hey, I made this mistake before, I'm not going to do that again. Hey, I need to remember to bring those in from reserves and not forget them till turn 4 when my opponent reminds me, right? It's like being calmer allows you to make better choices. And then in making those better choices, now your win rate is going up and now it's easier to be calmer. And it's all this snowball effect. Last thing I wanted to touch on this same thing, same topic, is the rate in which you are getting better has a lot to do with the rate or relevance of the games you're getting in. If you are expecting to, I'm going to get 10% better every game, and you're playing 1 game a month, you're not going to get 10% better, right? Like, even if that's true, you're going to get 10% better. But if you're getting in 1 game a month and we get a points update every 6 months, you only get to make 60% progress before you get dinged because the points change. Now lists are different. Whereas so everyone else that is getting in 1 game a week, maybe even like 3 games in every 2 weeks, right? Like just a little extra when they have free time, they're going to make significantly more progress. And it's not just that there's like a points update and that's the problem. It's that if you play a game and then even if you take notes, right? I did this wrong. I could do this better. Maybe I should try that out. If you aren't playing again for another 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, that information, you're not going to remember it as well, even with the notes, right? You're going to be like, I know I was supposed to do something better. What was it? Or I know I was supposed to do something better about this, but how was I thinking about trying to do better? Playing every week, playing maybe even a couple of times a week. No, I remember yesterday, I wanted to try this out in this way, doing this thing against that thing. You're just going to make more progress by getting more games in a shorter period of time. So again, as much as I, air quotes, love Reddit, you got 20 games in. You know what he didn't mention? Did I get 20 games in over the course of a month and I was really trying hard? Or did I get 20 games in over the course of the last year and I was doing like 2 a month? And that's not the same. So yes, get more games in. That's a really big thing. Get more games in a shorter time period. It's the same reason why I encourage people to go to our little RTTs. I know you're new. I know you're going to lose. I know that it seems scary because we're calling it a tournament. But also, you know what's really going to happen? You're going to get in 3 games a day. And you know what's going to happen that first game? You're going to lose your pants off. But as long as you don't get frustrated and discouraged, which we preface with, we know you're going to lose, so hopefully that doesn't happen. You get to then take from that first game, that didn't work. I'm going to try something different. So then you immediately go into a second game and then you try something different. And you're like, oh man, that worked better. You've already learned something and put into practice and validated that it's better. So then you go to the third game and you do that thing better a second time. And now you've created a pattern for yourself of this is what I want to do, which is going to help keep it in your memory instead of just, I finished the game, I took some notes, I thought about it, and then we didn't really come back to touch this thing that I thought about for 3 weeks.
So you're going to, Chris is going to blush, everybody.
I doubt it.
A year and some change ago, I walked into our store, never played 40K before, said I wanted to do a thing.
We've all been there at some point.
Yep. I was losing my pants off. And then you came over to me and said, hey, And mind you, I only had like 2 matches at the store.
Sure.
Before.
Mm-hmm.
He said, hey, have you considered joining the team? You get coaching, you get all this other stuff, and then also, I get some one-on-one time with you. I'll help you out. I can see where you're going wrong. Sounds great. So I joined the team. From there on, you immediately told me everything that everyone is getting for free on this podcast. Get more games in.
Sure.
Get more quality of games in, and have a better attitude about those games. To put it in a nutshell, be punching up, be consistently punching up, and also acknowledge that you're punching up and try to get better scores. Try to set actual achievable goals for yourself. Yep. And pat yourself on the back when you reach those goals. We don't care about winning. We never cared about winning to begin with. We only cared about reaching those goals. Yep. Can you score 20 points this game? Can you score 40 points this game? Can you hold the objectives for more than 2 turns? Whatever your goal is, I don't care what it is, but that's the goal you're going for. Doing that consistently, coming in every week, getting 2 games in a week, and also participating in every single local tournament we had, I was still losing. But each time, I was losing a little bit less and less. I even went as far as to go to my first GT in Ohio and lost my pants off. But it was still an experience. It was worth every bit of that experience. Mm-hmm. Because I got to fight a bunch of things. I got to come back and went, hey, this is where I really suck at. Through all of this, with or without a coach, it didn't matter as long as I had that same mentality that you gave me day one. It didn't matter about losing. It didn't matter about winning. What mattered is you achieved the goal.
Yeah, because I think you actually joined the team after that GT.
Officially, yeah.
But we'd talked before the GT because you were like, hey, I'd like some advice or whatever before that. Mm-hmm. When you came back, you weren't like upset, man, I lost a bunch of games and my win rate wasn't very good. No, you came back and the whole conversation basically started with, man, Knights are a tough matchup for me. I played against them a few times, but I started doing better towards the end. I haven't even joined the conversation yet. You have talked at me and you have already explained that you have a better mentality than this Redditor, right?
Yep.
Period. And that better mentality is objectively going to long-term, not short-term, but long-term, it's going to make you a better player than they will ever be. I'm just outright. Mm-hmm. And this applies to everybody all the time. Again, it's about mentality. If you are focused on your progress, not on the win. I hear, because I say, again, I have like catchphrases, right? So like losing is learning. I say that all the time. I know it's like a quip and it sounds cute and it's whatever, but it's not meant to be cute.
No.
It's meant to be like, no, here's real important knowledge put into a simple, understandable phrase. Okay. And if you can say this to yourself, even when you're frustrated, like trying to explain to yourself, like, no, it's about the progress and I've been doing this and I've been doing that. You're already frustrated. It's hard to do that. But if you can be frustrated, just be like, losing is learning. Okay, calm down. Like losing is learning. It's okay. What did I learn? That's why I do the catchphrases. But this applies across the board. If you are coming into it with the mentality of I just have to get better, again, the reason I feel like the progress is the only thing that matters, not the win. It doesn't matter how many times I say this to people, you're always going to get that pushback. You're always going to be like, yeah, I know losing is learning, but also you got to win sometime. Like you always get pushback. Here's the secret. You never, ever, period, even the pros, it's not about the win. It's about the progress, right? Yep. Because even the pros who are like, I'm one of the top 10 dudes in the States playing 40K, you know what they're focused on? They're not focused on like, I got to win this. They're focused on like, I got to do better in my last game. That's it.
Yep.
That's all they're focused on. And in doing so, you're going to get to the point to where you're scoring, I don't care if you're losing or you're winning.
Yep.
If you are scoring 80 plus points, it is inevitable that your win rate is good, right? Because I don't care if I win or lose, right? I'm scoring 80 plus points, period. You can't stop me. I'm scoring 80 plus points. Now, you may score more than me. Good job. But also, if I'm scoring 80 points, period, you cannot stop that because I'm making good choices. I'm making smart plays. I've got the experience. How many other people are able to also say, despite you scoring 80 points, I get to score more? I'm telling you, it's less than half, which means your win rate is positive.
Yep. Which is exactly where
and that's all
my
you want.
win rate went to.
Yep. And that's all you want. You just want a positive win rate, right? We talk all the time. Well, not we talk, but the internet talks all the time about how like faction win rates should be around 50%. If your individual win rates are above 50%, maybe your faction isn't broken, but you are. I don't know. Like, what do you want to like? Right?
Yep.
All you got to do is score.
Yep.
Find what your skill level is, right? Like, I'm going to start taking notes. I'm just going for a baseline, right? Again, wins don't matter, but I need to play like 6 games. I need to track all my scores across all the missions, across all the factions. Okay, I get to drop the highest game and the lowest scoring game because the dice screwed me on that one and the dice screwed my opponent on that one. So I take the other 4 games out of 6 and I average those scores. Okay, I'm a 44-point average game player. Understood. That's fine. That's my baseline. Now take that and say, I got to do a little better. I need to score at least 50 points a game. That's my only goal. It's 6 points. But if I say at least 50 points a game, what is that actually doing to my average? My average is now 55 or even higher. But my only goal was to score at least 50 points a game. Well, now that I've met my goal and my average is 58. Okay, cool. Now that my average is 58, I've proven that not only have I gotten better, but I've proven that I can do it with this faction, with this list against various opponents, because this is my average. Cool. Next goal. Now I need to score at least 65 points a game. Cool. I'm scoring at least 65 points a game. My average is now up to 70. My win rate's already good, right? Maybe it's 50-50 because I'm playing against good guys, but my win rate is way better than it used to be. It's not 0 because I'm scoring at least 65 points a game. And if this is your progress, if this is what you're focused on, at no point ever did I give any shits about whether I won or lost. Not one. At no point, because I never cared about how much I was losing. I only cared about, did I get my points goal? I was losing the majority of my games. I was happy and positive the majority of my games. And because I was happy and positive, I was meeting my goals. My scores were going up. And eventually, right? Not this week, not this month, but at some point in the future, my average score is going to be 80 points. And if my average score is 80 points, all my friends are going to look at me and be like, man, you've gotten way better. How'd you do it? I don't know. I was just losing a lot, man.
I was just losing.
Now, there are advice, tricks, we'll call them, that you can do in order to make this an accelerated program, in order to make this more effective. And one of those things you mentioned, it's punching up. If you want to win to feel good, punching up doesn't work, right?
No.
If you go say, he's the best 40K player in the shop, I'm going to fight him every week, you're going to lose a lot.
And I did.
Okay? You're going to lose a lot. And if you start feeling all depressed about it and you're just like, oh man, I can't fucking beat him. He's so good. I'll never get to that level. You're right. You won't. If you go beat up the fucking baby seals, they're just like, no, that guy's trash. He's newer than me, but I could totally get a win.
Yeah, I'm going to go club baby seals.
And you're feeling good about it. Man, I'm winning. What did you learn from him? He's so bad at the game that it was easy. You didn't learn anything. So
I remember fighting my kids too.
Right. But again, neither of these things are good for you.
Yeah.
But you go say, hey, these are the top 3 guys in the shop. I'm going to play them every time they'll let me play them. And I'm going to lose a lot. But you know what's happening while you're losing? They are pointing out, because they're good players, they're pointing out the tricks. They're pointing out, oh, the stratagem's really good here. Or, no, the stratagem's not worth it there. Overwatch is like overrated because if you don't have, re-rolls or whatever else, like how many times you're really hitting. So, but they're going to teach you something. So in all the losing, because you're punching up, you're getting all the information, right? How did you lose so hard? Because they did X, Y, Z. Well, I should start doing X, Y, Z. And I would have never seen that if I was Club and Seals, right? Because they don't even know it exists. I didn't know it exists. Punch up. But in order to punch up, you have to lose, right?
So some of the people that I punched up to, and still do on occasion, listen to this podcast. And for them, I want to say, number one, thank you. Number two, it's your fault I'm melee only. Blame yourselves.
I don't know if that's true. But
no, but it is. Because every time I'd punch up, I try to use my guns. I'd always get beat the crap. I'd be punished because I didn't know how to properly move it and everything else.
Yeah, and target priority positioning.
Yeah, at one point, I just threw up my hands. I said, I'm done with guns. And when I did that, wow, the thing I really wanted to do shined through. And I became really, really good at it. And progressively, because I was like, oh, this is actually fun for me. But again, I wouldn't have realized that had they not been like, oh, that should be waited. You should have waited till the melee phase, or you should have done this, or I'm not sitting here saying, as a person who's gone through all this and has gotten better, that you're not going to get discouraged. And I'm not telling you to not get discouraged, because through my discouragement, I learned, you know what? I actually don't like guns that much. I would much rather punch you. Good, done. But through this discouragement, I also acknowledged the learning. That's the important part. Right. You can be discouraged. You can be disappointed. You can be upset. But also look for the point where you learn and then turn it into a positive. That's the only way you're going to progress in this.
And one of the big things, and because I've mentioned it a few times, but I almost feel like I've glossed over it. I really want to put the nail in the coffin here. Take notes. I'm telling you right now, I don't care how bad you are. I don't care. If you were at a 40K table and you are taking notes mid-game while you're doing things, I don't care that you're bad. I don't care that you're going to lose. When you're taking notes, you know what your opponent's doing? They're seeing you take notes. And they're going from I've got this in the bag to you're taking notes? Are you better than I think you are? And you're trying like a dumb list? And immediately, I'm telling you right now, you take notes, they're going to take you more seriously. I don't care how bad you are. They're going to assume you're better than you are. Because who the fuck takes notes?
You're right.
You're trying that hard? Oh man, I got to take this more seriously.
Woof.
You want to feel better about making them nervous and then them making a few more mistakes because they're nervous? I'm not even saying taking notes is like a mind game. It is a mind game for yourself, right? It is keeping you positive, keeping you focused on your progress.
Yeah.
There's so many unintentional consequences of giving a shit. I'm telling you, right?
That's the best thing I've ever heard. There's so many unintentional consequences of giving a shit.
But that's true. I just gave you an example, right?
You heard it here, folks. You're better at 40K if you give a shit.
Yep. That's the takeaway.
Oh, God. Well, Chris, on that note, I think this is the perfect time for mid-break, don't you?
Yeah, we'll let you finish wheeze laughing.
Oh, God. All right, let's go to our mid-break. Hey, Chris.
Yes.
Yes. Let's start that again. Hey, you know what time it is?
I do.
You know where we're at?
Patreon. Patreon. We're at Patreon time.
That's not at all accurate.
That's how it starts.
It is. But also, I hate that you just
circumvented your whole plan.
Like,
you're right. We're moving along.
God. All right. Well, I have to thank our patrons.
Now he's all grumpy and sassy.
Sassy. So yeah, thank our patrons. Starting with our guardsman patron, Sergeant Matt's Mini Minute. Yeah. We have to thank our White Shield Guardsmen patrons, Mitch, Nicodemus, Tiburus, and our Servo Skull patron, Captain Beefalo. So thank you to our patrons, because without you, we wouldn't have a show. You make all of this possible. You know, sometimes when I say that, I feel like it's like the PBS thing.
The more you know.
No, the contributions. You don't remember, like, at the end of every PBS show? Thanks to your contributions, this show is possible.
Yes, I do remember that.
Anyway, thank you to our patrons, and thank you to our listeners. We love you all so much.
Patreon is, at this point, making it possible, because we knew we had to front a bunch of money to do this. That turns out podcasts are not cheap. But now we've gotten to the point to where I'm not saying we're making money off Patreon, but also Patreon is helping sustain this and keep it going. Yep. Speaking of keeping it going, though, we are trying to do some more things to help us out, to make the whole show better, to give us more options to do different things, and also to maybe one day actually make $1. But a way you could all help with that is we are trying to monetize our YouTubes. If you would be so kind, jump over to our YouTube, subscribe, then you can leave. I appreciate it. That's all I ask for. If you really want to help out, we also need some view hours to get monetized. Yep. So jump over, subscribe, and then we put together a playlist I did a mini series. It was like a ways back. It was probably like a year and a half ago, 2 years.
Yeah, it was about that.
But I did a mini series on covering deployment and all the little intricacies, and you can technically go more in depth than I did, but I went pretty in depth. We got, I think it was like 8 or 9 videos. Yep. So go give those a listen to. It's a bunch of good information. It'll get us some view hours, which I super appreciate. Because if we can get the YouTubes monetized, that will help us out immensely.
Which also, it's kind of this rotating door of thing, right? We get monetized in a thing, we get to produce better things. We get to produce more of things.
We get to produce different things. We put out a battle report that, again, you're more than welcome to watch.
Yep.
I would appreciate it, because that gets me some more watch hours. That also gets you some entertaining information as far as me and Aaron's kind of off meta but anti meta lists, which are pretty fun.
Yep.
But yeah, so we did one, because basically everything when it comes to work is the business has to like front some money to do the thing first. And then in theory, one day we'll make some money off it later. But yeah, so you can go watch that, and that'll help out. And as we get the YouTube monetized, that'll allow us to do more battle reports. That'll allow us to do more interviews or whatever else. Yep.
So in a nutshell, thank you for helping us. Also, go check out the YouTube. It's additional stuff. Why not? It's free right now. Go watch it. But also, there's more to come. The more we can, the more support we get, the more likes, the follows, the shares, the subscriptions, everything, the more of the things come and the more different things come. So all that being said, thank you so much for what you've already done. And
thank you for anything you're going to do.
Yeah.
We could use it all, but also whatever it is that you do end up doing, even if it's, like I said, just subscribe and leave. That does technically help us get closer to our goal. So thank you.
That being said, anything else, Chris?
Not for the mid break. I think we can go over some news stuff in the next
You're
one.
a liar.
What?
You know, we have a whole website they can go to and get all kinds of stuff at discount rates.
You're right. I already asked him for one thing. I don't need to ask him for everything.
Well, but this is us giving them something.
I'm going to give you something.
So at any rate, we're going to do a quickie on this one. You can go head over to our website. It's in the show notes below. Get 15% off all GW stuff. Always, all the time, because we love you. Also, there's a bunch of discounts always going on there. Go check it out. If you're getting your goodies, you might as well get them cheaper. That's the way we see it.
Yep. And then we'll have, we had some Black Friday sales. Well, those are in store, but we'll probably do some more sales that include online sales as we get closer to Christmas. So you can keep an eye out for some of that stuff.
So, all right. That's it. Let's head to the last part of our episode. Here we are. It's the last part of the episode, Chris. Lasty time.
Who are you pretending to be with that?
I don't know.
Fake low voice. All right. All right.
You can't let me have anything nice, can you?
Absolutely not. That's my job. So for this last part, we did today, as of recording, so it's probably been a couple of days by the time you're hearing it, we got a new detachment. New detachment is specifically for Guard or Astra Militarum. I gotta be honest, I love this little thing. I'm not saying it's the best Guard detachment. It probably isn't, but I like this detachment. And a matter of fact, I like it so much. I think this is what the Index detachment should have been. Because this whole detachment is basically buffing the core mechanic of Guard. So it's like make orders better, give you different order options. It's just about orders, basically. Orders and officers, go.
Huh.
This is what Index should have been. I love this little thing. Anyway, so here's your detachment rule. Ruthless discipline, so they say. Add 1 to the number of orders that each Astra Militarum officer model from your army can issue as it states on their data sheet. So if they could normally issue 1, now it's 2. If they could normally issue 2, it's 3, so on and so forth. In addition to that, because that wasn't enough, whenever an Astra Militarum unit from your army is affected by orders, so it's the unit being ordered, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, just says attack, not ranged, you can re-roll hit rolls of 1 if that unit is on if the target of that unit, so the thing you are attacking, is on an objective marker, or within range is what they say, but in range of an objective marker, you can re-roll wounds of 1 as well. So you already kind of, it's not quite that good because it's only 1s, right? It's not full rerolls, but we're still talking about you're giving them an order. So you're already getting a buff. Okay. Then on top of that buff, reroll 1s to hit. On top of that buff, if you're targeting something on an objective, which let's be honest, at least 50% of the time you are, because objectives are how you win, also reroll 1s to wound. So now, like, the single order of increased ballistic skill by 1, not only is it effectively an extra level of hit, but now you're re-rolling 1s, which means it's an additional level of hit.
And if you can get something down to hitting on 2s.
So they start at 4s for the most part.
Yeah.
You go down to 3s. If you have heavy or something like that, then yes, you could get down to 2s.
That's what I'm saying. You get down to 2s. At that point, you're pretty much hitting everything.
Right. But again, let's assume you just go to 3s.
Yeah.
The fact that you're 3s re-rolling 1s now, the math says that's about the same as hitting on 2s.
Yep.
Right? It's not exactly the same mathematically, but it's pretty close. So yeah, this detachment says you get to just hit on 2s for the most part, because now you get additional orders. So you don't even have to spend tax on like extra characters. You just already have extra orders. And then that doesn't even include the fact that, like, again, half the time you're going to get to reroll 1s to wound because they're on an objective. Also, there's nothing in here that says anything about range, so it allows some of your melee units, like the horsies, to do extra well. It also doesn't care about what order it is. So you can order, like, the horses to move faster. Move. Now that they're moving faster, because you told them go faster, reroll 1s to hit. You make the charge on the thing that's on the objective because you're trying to, like, clear them out, right? Well, reroll 1s to wound to make sure they're off that objective. I just told you to go faster. Why are you doing better? Like, right?
Inspired leadership, sir.
It's so good. But yeah, again, this is the whole detachment is about just making orders better. And the fact that it's not just because it's the faction rule, but because it's the backbone of kind of making Guard good is orders, right? Because, like, tanks are decent, right? They're tough. but also you want the damage output, you're probably taking a tank commander or Lord of Solar or something because you really want that ballistic skill buff. Well, now let's double down on the ballistic skill buff and maybe even get some rerolls to wound and just be good all the time. Like your Demolisher tanks effectively hitting on 2s or close to mathematically. And then your strength is what, 14? So you're probably wounding on 2s or 3s, rerolling 1s to wound because they're on an objective. So you're basically hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s.
Yep.
That's a really good Demolisher. That's like a Space Marine level Demolisher. And your guard. I'm not going to complain. That's pretty solid. Now, in addition to that, that's just the detachment rule. So now this detachment has 4 enhancements like normal, but all of these are in effect order related. So 1 increases the range of issuing orders. All right, that's decent. That's fine. You could have paid for a company command squad, but let's be honest, this enhancement's going to be cheaper than a command squad. So like still seems pretty good. Happy about that. Then 2 of them allow you to issue a different type of order. That's fun. I love that. 1 allows you to issue an order that if your range attack targets an enemy within 12 inches, increase the AP by 1.
Okay.
Decent. Pretty good, right?
Yep.
Happy about that. There's another one that allows you to issue a different order that says each time you make a range attack against a unit, until those attacks are resolved, models in that unit gain stealth. So basically, it's a better go to ground, right? You can yell at them and say, if someone shoots at you, dodge. This one I want to point out. I just saw the detachment today. I've done some amount of research, not enough. This is worded funny to me. Why doesn't the order say give the unit stealth? Period. The fact that it says they gain stealth each time a ranged attack is allocated to them. I'm now questioning why do they like turn on stealth for the attack, but then turn off stealth after the attack, but then turn it back on for the next attack. There might be something weird rules interaction there. I'll have to figure that out. It's probably nothing. It's probably the British doing English in the British way. But also I got to double check on that. And then the last enhancement, this one's fun. You can give it to a commissar model, not an officer. So you give it to a commissar, and then 2 things happen. The first is you can issue orders to Ogren units. So now they are allowed to take orders when normally they couldn't because they're an auxiliary thing. Also, the commissar is now allowed to lead Ogrens or Bulgrins. So now you can hide him inside a giant like squad of dudes. There's so many memes that could be made here, but you've got like this little like 3-year-old just surrounded by like giant bikers being like, no, he's our little guy.
No, that's the boss.
So that's fun. I enjoy those enhancements. I don't know that any of these are like, holy cow, that's crazy. You have to auto include it, right? These are all decent. They're all reasonable. I'm happy about them. I'm not going to complain about them because I don't think any of them are bad necessarily.
Yeah, no.
The Commissar Ogren thing, maybe that one's the least impressive, but I would argue you can put the Commissar in there so that you can protect the orders. You give them move, because the move also gives them reroll hits of 1 and maybe even wounds of 1. I don't give a shit. That's pretty great. I still think it's good. As far as strats are concerned, you have a bunch of decent strats, okay? Some of them are order related specifically. Some of them are just generically good stuff. This, in effect, has an Armor of Contempt on it as one of the strats. That by itself is pretty solid. However, I've got to do the nerd thing. I really hate the name of the strat. It's called Additional Armor. that seems like the laziest. We're going to give him Armor of Contempt. Okay, cool. What do we call it? I don't know. Additional armor?
You couldn't even gone like heavy armor or like.
Well, I don't even think it should be called that, right? Like it's supposed to be like better for the moment. So Armor of Contempt is like, no, my armor is like got a machine spirit and gets pissed, so it like does a little better. Or I believe in my armor a little harder, so it does a little better. Man, you could have just like, entrench your guardsmen. You just like dig a little ditch and now your armor's better because you've got like a pile of sandbags in front of you or something, right? Like you could have done a bunch of cool stuff and it was just additional armor. It's good enough. I don't care. Like, it's not that Strat isn't good. Strat is amazing, but also like you put in all this work and then you like phoned in the name.
You had it. It was right there and you failed me.
Anyway, so I think this detachment's really solid. I do think this detachment is competitive, to be clear. If this starts showing up in tournaments, zero surprise. I think this detachment's awesome. Do I think it's objectively the best detachment? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. That to me is more what kind of play style are you doing? What's your list build? What's the meta you're going into? I think there's other ones that are still arguably just as good as this one.
I always hated when people say, well, this is the best detachment. No, this is the best detachment for you. This is a hot take. It's a personal take 90% of the time.
There are times where I think we can objectively say, like, this detachment is probably the worst one in the Codex. Yeah. Or this is one of the best two in the Codex. Like, this is the easiest one to understand. We talked about, was it Gene Stealer Cults? We're like, no, this one's amazing. And it's so easy to understand. It's probably the best. Except for this other one that's really complicated and hard to play, but is just as good. So it might be the best. But because it's more complicated, we're going to say this other one's the best. I think that kind of goes the same for here, right?
Yep.
I think there are others that are just as good as this, but I think the others are more complicated. This one is relatively simple, easy to understand, and is just so objectively good. Again, I think this should have been the index detachment. Because of that, I think you're going to have the guys who are already playing an equally good detachment. That was more complicated, but they've already figured that part out. They're going to keep playing that. And then you're going to have a lot of the other players that were like, I was still struggling to figure out detachment, or I hadn't quite learned that hard one yet. This one's just as good, but it's easier to understand because it's just more orders. I think this is going to start to compete with those other good detachments at the same level pretty quickly because it's just simpler. More orders is good.
More orders is gooder.
So, hopefully next week we'll have GW might give us some more detachments and we can go over a handful. I don't know. Again, I don't know if they're going to give us one a week. I don't know if they're going to give us one a day. I don't know if they're giving us 3 for the whole Grotness. Who knows? But so we'll hopefully get some more fun stuff for the rest of us, not just Guard. In the meantime, we are going to start doing a couple of pre-recorded episodes. So hopefully we will have an episode for you every week, even the weeks when we're not here. Christmas is coming up, and that happens to fall on our normal recording day. But I appreciate you all for listening to me ramble.
Well, I guess on that note, thank you all for listening. Tune in next week. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Aaron. I want to thank you again for tuning in for this episode of Gopher's Workshop with us, hanging out and listening. Remember, leave a 5-star review. Let us know what you think. And if you feel like supporting us, you can always go to Patreon in the show notes below. Thanks. Till next time.